Just a Girl.
Hello, guys.
Hi, we're back.
We're back. All right, today we are going to play a game. First off, before we play this game, I started doing press-ons.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
You got all your nails taken off?
Yeah, I got all my nails taken off, and now I do them at home.
No.
Yeah.
I never thought you would get to this point. Oh my God. They don't pop off easy?
No. Why are you saying it like that?
Because you're such a nail girly.
I am, but I'm tired of paying $150 and then they start coming off.
Yeah. Oh my God. I tried press-ons and I hated them.
Why?
My hair would get stuck. The glue
really?
I washed my hands a lot.
Yeah.
So they would start kind of peeling up at the edges and then my hair would no, I hated them.
I started doing the press-ons because I wanted to go short. Because I love my long nails, but right now because I'm doing all those classes, and I have to throw the ball and everything, I'm too scared of having them long again.
Okay.
So I feel like I'll go through maybe phases where I'll have them long, but that's why I bought some long ones like that press-on, so I can keep them for a week or two and then pop them off and put some short ones.
Okay.
And they're so cheap.
Yeah, they're so cheap.
It's so easy. And I get to experiment with sizes and stuff. Because I hate going to the salon and then experimenting and then you hate it and you have to keep it for a month. So I love that I get to like this set. I did it last night. I love the color. I love the length. I feel like I can text. I feel like I'm very classy girl.
Yeah, very classy.
So, but I don't love my engagement ring with this size nails. I like them with that size nails. I'm like, doesn't look the same.
My ring's bigger than my nail.
Oh, yeah, it literally is.
It does not look bad. Yeah, I didn't even think of that. That's just
probably just me. But yeah, I like it. I'm like,
no, they look so good. You look very clean girl.
Clean girl. But I do miss my long. Then I look at long and I'm like, oh.
I don't know. I've only taken a break from nails a year ago for 2 months. I wanted them to fully regrow and it was fine, but I was miserable. I hated not having nails.
I'm not taking I'm still gonna do my nails, right?
Yeah.
But I'm just doing on my own. Now I don't know how long this is gonna last, right? I'm just experimenting. I'm just seeing is it something that I can keep up with? I'm just dude, I'm not trying to be cheap, but I'm just so tired of overpaying for everything.
Yeah, it's $1,300 a year. If you add it all up once a month, that's once a month. No pedicure. Yeah, I spend so much on hair and nails a year, but it's a part of my mental budget of it is what it is. I don't splurge on bags or clothes excessively. I have my little collection of my bags I've collected over the years. I don't plan on getting in more designer bags anytime soon. Mm-hmm. So to me, in my head, I'm okay, well, I have to do, I do my nails and my hair, my Brazilian blowouts and all that, once. Or Brazilian blowouts is every, 3-4 months. But my nails is something I have to do once a month.
No, yeah. I have to have nails on, but
they look great.
Yeah, I was let me just try it out and see. I got this one fucked up yesterday on me. The only thing is the taking off part is a little bit complicated because I didn't look up how to do it beforehand.
Don't you have to peel them off?
I was peeling them off, but it hurts like that, so you just have to soak them for 10 minutes.
Oh.
And in hot water, and it with castor oil, and it helps. And she literally just popped them off. But I was rushing yesterday trying to get ready for going out to dinner, and then I was last minute, let me change my nails because I had them pink and I fucking hated them. So yeah, so I'm let me see if I like this. But the reason is just because of all the active stuff. If I want to go to boxing, I can go because they're short right now.
Right.
But if I have long nails like that, I can't go to boxing.
Right.
So it just sucks because I love long nails. I know, sorry guys. I'm just letting you know. Press-ons.
They look great.
Thanks.
They look great.
Okay, we ready for this game?
Yeah, we're doing some little questions. We're going to answer some fun questions.
Okay. So do you ever think it's okay to lie? In what scenarios?
Yes, there are some scenarios it's better, and I don't want to say lie, but keeping the truth a bit hidden. It's not saying the whole truth. I don't think I would blatantly lie. Are we talking about in romantic relationships or just in general? In general. There's definitely sometimes it's appropriate to not say the whole truth, which is in a way lying.
Yeah. I think I used to be oh my God, I used to be such a hardcore no, don't lie. And I think it's just when you're younger, you're no, I want to know everything and the truth. And I do think now it's if the truth is really going to fuck me up and like, let's say romantic relationships, I'm not gonna, like, we talked about this. I'm not ever gonna find out, don't fucking say nothing. I'm never gonna find out, don't say nothing. But
That's a great example.
But, and I mean, I actually had this conversation with him the other day. And I'm like, don't say nothing because I wouldn't say nothing. And he was like, are you serious? And I was like, no, I'm just saying, like, I just feel like it's better not to know. In certain situations.
Oh my God.
In certain situations, it's better.
Did that make him nervous?
I think it did.
Girl, he's going to be going through your phone now.
No, but I'm saying, like, I know, like, that's, like, worst case scenario, right? But, like, and I don't feel like that's us anytime soon. But, you know, we had that conversation and just, like, I do feel like if I ask someone, though, don't lie to my face. Like, it's different, right? But I feel like hiding the truth, if it's going to, like, easy example, your parents.
That's what I was thinking in my head as my example.
Your parents, like, sometimes you're not going to tell them the whole truth. Why are you going to argue with them?
Correct.
Just let them think what they want to think, right? Like, it's just easier that way. Yes. So,
that was exactly my example. Is like, I definitely do not divulge into everything. Now, if they ask me, I'll tell them, but there's a lot of things that I don't. I'm not 100,000% honest about because otherwise it's going to start World War III. So I just don't.
No, you just don't. And then obviously the relationship one was like we've talked about it on Patreon.
We have.
So if you haven't listened to our Patreon,
we have talked about
don't take the little bit that I said and be like, what the fuck, Jazzy? It's just, it's a whole lot more than that. But I do think I agree. There's instances where it's just better not to. And I had to learn that, like, a lot with Chris because he was like that with his parents. And I used to be like, why don't you just, like, he's like, why am I going to upset them? Just let them think whatever. Like, not keep them hidden, but not share. Like, there's no point.
Yes,
to not
that's
share.
the right
And
word.
I used to get so mad at him. And now I'm like, I'm not going to tell him he was right, but he was right. You know?
That's a good one.
Okay. How have your parents impacted your view on love and relationships?
You want to go first?
Do you want me to go first?
Yeah, go first. Your parents are still together.
My parents are still together.
How long have they been together?
A long time. I mean, I guess at least 30. They've been together for like 32 years. They've been together for a long time. I think one of the good things that they've taught me is, like, no matter how hard things get, like, my mom is loyal to my dad, right? No matter what, my mom is but my mom to this day is, like, so in love with my dad. Like, she loves my dad. My mom's really affectionate. My dad is not. Like, my dad grew up in a very hard household. Like, he was one of 15. My dad was also the trouble child in his family. So, he doesn't share a lot of his childhood with us, but from what we know, he would get hit a lot. Like, nothing my dad ever did was, like, good enough. And so I feel like my dad's kind of closed himself off, and my dad's very machista. But over the years, we've been able to, like, show him love. I think, like, over time, like, having 3 girls has made him a little softer. And I'm really close to my dad now, too. And it's taken a lot, right, to get to, like, you know, if you've been here a while, I went through domestic abuse with my dad. So, like, it's been a lot to be where we're at. But I will say they've taught me to be loyal to each other and, like, family comes first. But they've also taught me everything I didn't want in a partner. Like, everything I didn't want in a partner and everything I didn't want to become as a wife. And I mean that in the best way possible. But, like, for me, it was always, like, I feel like my parents were never a team. And that was really important for me in my relationship, to be a team. One of the things my mom always taught me, though, was, like, always respect your partner. Like, always, no matter what, respect your partner. Don't even jokingly cuss at each other. And I feel like that's something I've always, like, kept from my mom. Like, no matter how mad I got, like, do not say, like, F you or say any names to him. Like, I respect Chris so much. And I feel like that has helped us so much because he respects me and I respect him. So no matter how mad we get, like, we never cuss at each other. Like, we just walk away. And if I'm the first one to get a little bit more overheated. I know when I'm really good at admitting when I'm, like, about to blow up. So I'm like, I'm not trying to be, I need to step back because I know I'm about to be mean and I don't want to. I don't want to become her. And I think that that's what's helped me so much is like, there's a lot of toxic traits that women can have, right? Like a lot. And I pride myself in not becoming one of them and not becoming like that. So I feel like that's just what's helped me. I always knew that with my relationship, I wanted teamwork. I wanted someone that I loved. I also made sure that one of the things I love about Chris is that he's not a drinker. Like he's a social drinker, but I hated that my dad was drinking. My dad like drank all the time. And even like now he drinks, but and I worry about his age, but like every weekend it was my dad drinking and then he would turn into this like mad person and there was so much fighting in the house, breakage of stuff because he would get home and he'd be hungry and he would just make a mess in the kitchen for my mom and it was just like it just made me so angry. So I knew that I didn't ever want to go through something like that in my household. So it taught me a lot of good things, but it taught me a lot of the things that I didn't want. And that's what I think paying attention to those things and finding someone that like I like that made me be like, okay. And I genuinely love the relationship that I have now with Chris because of it.
Do you think your dad is happy in his relationship with your mom?
I think he's as happy as he could be. Because I don't, like, let's say, like, I don't see my dad leaving my mom. Like, even if he wasn't, like, I don't see my dad leaving my mom because I don't see my dad, like, my dad's not an affectionate person. So to see my dad with another woman would just be, like, weird because my dad's just, like, I'm like, how would you even, like, date this woman when you're not? Like, when you date, you need to be affectionate. You need to be, like, oh, you look beautiful, words of affirmation. My dad's none of that. So, like, I could never see him wanting, and he's told me before, like, I don't plan on leaving your mom. I do think my dad loves my mom. He just has he's just never been taught how to love, right? And so that wasn't a thing. And yeah. What about yours?
Oh my God. My parents, I think they have a basis of like they're happy, but it was such a roller coaster growing up. Mm-hmm. They would be great for 3 days, then argue, then be great, then argue. And it was like very bad arguments. And my dad, I think he would absolutely admit this. He definitely has anger issues. Mm-hmm. He's gotten so much better. But when I was younger, he was a big drinker for a period of time when my mom and him would go through things. He would drink, be gone for days, then come back. And that example to me, the question was, what do you think, like did your parents set an example for you negatively or positively? For me, it's kind of exactly what you said. There's things that I admire, but I also never want to be.
Yeah.
So it's almost like I'm grateful to have had parents in that situation that were like happy sometimes, but then I know my parents are not good for each other. Mm. And I knew that at 4 years old when my little sister was born. And just my mom and dad have been through it to where like he wasn't even there when I was born. They were going through it. Mm. So they were better when my sister was born and then they weren't. And then they were better. And it's just such a cycle of like, I always was like, just divorce. Mm. If you're not happy, don't be together because this is miserable. Yeah. Of like, it's not a good example of like, you come home, you guys hug and kiss on each other, and then the next hour, you're so annoyed with each other. And then you're like, and then again, they never slept in the same bed together because my mom's a light sleeper and my dad snores. That was a terrible example. Yeah. And that will never be me. Yeah. So growing up and being in my own relationship and being so happy, I'm the complete opposite of what my parents were. Yeah. And I'm proud of that because absolutely. It's not what I aspire to have in a relationship. And so it's exactly what you said. It's like I take away things that I don't want and things that I do. And like my mom has great qualities to where she's like, it's her way or like it's only my way. Mm-hmm. And she's a stickler on like what she wants. My dad is more open-minded. He's like very, he loves to compromise about certain things. And it's been such a tumultuous relationship because my dad will come to me and gossip about my mom. And my mom gossips about my dad. Yeah. And it's like, oh my God, I'm always in the middle. And they just divorced like 2 years ago. So, and it was like a relief that they were divorcing, but then it's been hell because my mom tells me these things about my dad tells me these things about my mom, and I'm just like, oh my God.
Yeah.
It was awful.
Yeah.
It was so awful. And I didn't think it would be because I'm grown. I'm like out of the house, but it has been terrible to go through that.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Because I love them both and I want a relationship with them both.
Yeah.
So it's tough. And even going through this wedding stuff, like right now they're not good. Yeah. And it's just so frustrating because they're going to have to see each other at the wedding and we're going to have to take family photos. And I never want this for my child is what I'm trying to get at.
Oh, absolutely.
So no, like in I would say like 75%, it's like, no, it's not the example that it should have been. And so, but I can take away from that and then I never want that. So
yeah, absolutely.
That's not me. Like with Blake, I'm so open about, that's another big reason why I love when he does what he wants, like has his time, because my mom never let my dad do shit.
Oh, okay.
Like my dad loved to play soccer. My dad he is a drinker. He's a social drinker. My mom hated that he would go drink with his guys, right? And again, I don't know the full extent of things. Maybe my dad has done things that wavered my mom's trust.
Right.
Understandable. And I've never really pushed or asked her too much about that because she's kind of more private.
Yeah.
And I don't think she wants me to have a bad image of my dad.
Right.
So I've let that slide. I'm sure my dad has probably done some things to make her question him going out or doing things. But it was all, my dad was just like, she just won't let me be me.
Yeah.
And have me time. And it's okay to do separate things as a married couple. It's important.
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
healthy.
Yeah.
So that's why with Blake, I'm so big on like, go enjoy yourself. I'm so supportive of anything Blake wants to do. Like absolutely anything. You want to go golf tomorrow, last minute, go enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
I'll be here when you get back with lunch ready. Like I want to be that wife that's like so open and supportive of my husband because I felt like my mom wasn't really that for my dad. It was like her way.
Yeah, that's a good example. But I mean, I think like if anything, you learn to like of what you want your children to go through. And like for me, like family is so important. Like, cause I grew up with like, we didn't do a lot of family things. We always did like what my dad wanted on the weekends and stuff. He didn't think it was fun. We didn't do it. Chris grew up with a little bit more family dynamic in the sense of like, oh, his dad would take him to the movies and things like that. So I want to do that with my child. But more than anything, I think I've told Chris, I want to show my kid, whether I have a son or a daughter, how much love we have for one another. I want to show him that like, it's okay to kiss and hold hands and be affectionate in front of, like, I want them to see that that's normal. That's what it should be like. Because our house wasn't like that. His house was not like that at all. And we are both very like, I mean, gotta tell you, we'll be in public, but sometimes we'll just like kiss or we're very touchy, you know, and I love that about us. And I love that. I want that to be the example. I want my son to be like, oh my God, that's so gross. But I'm like, that's part of it. Like, because I don't ever want them to feel like they need to hide that part of themselves, like the affectionate part of themselves. So
exactly.
You take away things from your parents. And I mean, they had parents and my mom didn't grow up with a mom. So like, I don't blame them, right, for the way they acted. Everyone has to go through life, but now I've learned what I wanted and what I didn't want.
Which is all we could ever ask for.
Yeah, that's all we can ask for.
And you're so right, because, like, there's a lot of times Emma's like, ew, stop.
Yeah.
Like, that's gross. She's at that age where she's like, she observes us and how much I love her daddy. Like,
that's important.
It's so important.
Yeah, even if it's like it's gross, it's like, oh, I grew up with Hannah always, like, paying attention to my dad, loving my dad's. It's like, they'll want that. They'll see that as an example, right?
Yes,
so.
I'm trying to instill that in her too, because I'm like, just the other day, I was like, let's go surprise daddy at work and bring him a smoothie. He's been working all day, right? And I try and show her what it's like, and she helps me fold his laundry. She helps me do the dishes. She helps me make daddy a sandwich or cook. Like, I want to show her what it's like to take care of a man that takes care of you. Yeah. And she's very much, she's such a daddy's girl. She loves her daddy. And I love that we have that relationship. And of course, she sees how much I love him. And that's something I do want to make sure she sees is all the love that we have for each other. Yeah. And Blake and I've always told him this. If we're arguing, it will never be in front of the kids. Oh, yeah. Ever. Mm-hmm. And I mean, like, we will go and sit in the car if we need to hash it out. I don't want my kids to ever see us arguing. Ever. Because I saw it so much. And I hated it. So I don't ever want to set that example for my kids.
Absolutely. How are your parents, Gabby?
I feel like my parents there was a lot of love in the household. And
Oh,
I know a
that's so
lot of
sweet.
people don't
Yeah.
get that, but I did, and
Aw.
I don't know.
That's
That's
amazing.
so sweee.
See, here we have all three. Just
I know.
everyone's different.
And then now Gabby and Izzy have such a loving relationship too.
Aw.
Yeah.
They're still together and happy.
Yeah, they're together.
Is your dad a drinker?
He is, and when I was younger, that is one thing is, you know, he would come home drunk, and I would hear my parents argue, but I knew that was normal because my mom would tell me, like,
Yeah.
but yeah, I think that was like the only like big problem in my household was my dad drinking.
I think with any Mexican household, I think that's
Seriously.
like
It's normal.
90% of
Yeah.
people have that issue. Literally.
But I feel like now it comes in like waves. Like he's like, oh, I'm like done drinking, and he'll like go for like a month, and then the next time he's
Yeah.
like he's drinking every day. You know.
Yeah, it's just like
I'm
an
not
older-
drunk, but he has a beer every day.
Oh yeah.
You know. It's
Oh
like-
yeah. Oh yeah. No, I know. Yeah.
I love this. We need to make this a whole
I
episode
know.
because I could talk on and on about how much my dad has grown
Yeah.
having girls. Just like you said, he has 2 little girls, and I've had to sit him down and be like, when you yell at me, it hurts my heart.
Yes.
Do you want to hurt me? And he's like, it's good, blah, blah, blah. I'm just trying to tell you.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to show you and help you learn. I'm like, okay, but you need to be calm.
Yeah.
I'm just a little girl. I
Yeah.
literally would hold his hands and be like, you hurt my heart when you yell.
Yeah.
Can you just have a calm voice? And he's
Yeah.
gotten so much better.
Yeah. I know. Oh my God.
To make me cry
I
so
know.
much.
Okay. Next question.
Okay. If you could have dinner with anyone in the world, who would you choose?
Dead or
And why?
alive or only live?
Whichever, and why?
I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
Right now, I'm in this Selena Quintanilla like little phase again. I love Selena so much, but just on the way here, I was just listening to her music again. And you know, it was like the 30th anniversary of her concert here in Houston. And I love Selena so much. And it's so sad she was taken from this world. It would probably be her.
I think about it depends, obviously. Like, am I going to have a business dinner? Because if I'm going to have a business dinner, I'm going to ask Kris Jenner. I want to know everything you did. But for me, I feel like a dinner that would fill my heart would be Amy Winehouse.
Aww.
I love her, or Elvis Presley. I would love to sit down and be like, were you happy? Like, ask them all these questions. Like, what? My foot? Sorry, my foot's tapping. Just like, I don't know, just that. And like Amy Winehouse too, like everything she went through. I love her voice. Like, I love everything about her. So like, I would think like those two would probably like fill my heart.
Your hair is giving Amy Winehouse today.
Yeah, today?
Yeah.
I didn't even have time, girl. I just put it
You just need a mole.
I just need a bigger mole. Is it really big like Amy? You just
No,
have,
it's
like,
beautiful. Yeah, no, it's great. I love
No,
it.
I think those two, yeah.
Oh, cool. We
Yeah.
both have like 80s, 90s
I
girls.
know. We take them to Drake's.
Yeah, we take it. Maybe smoke a little cigarette.
Yeah, a little cigarette with Amy Winehouse.
I know Amy Winehouse would love a little
Hell
cigarette.
yeah.
Okay, what's one hobby you've never tried but would like to?
Well, I want horseback riding. You know that.
Okay.
So that's probably like my next thing that I'm gonna get into. But other than
Yeah,
that,
what about another one?
hobby? I would really like scrapbooking.
Yeah.
I feel like I would really enjoy that. I went through a phase when I was younger that I did it.
Uh-huh.
I think like my biggest thing is like I don't take a lot of time for myself that doesn't involve work and social media, and I need to, right? And I feel like that would be like a good like thing. Like I was actually thinking about that. And Brittany was talking to us about it yesterday, how she's doing it, but I was thinking about that last week. I'm like, I think I need to like this year I want to like every month from my camera roll take like 3-4 pictures and like put them on a scrapbook, and then that way at the end of the year I can look at everything. I just feel like I know everything is digital, but I want my kid to like be able to look back and be like, this was mommy and this is what we were doing, and just like memories, like over scrolling, you know?
Do you follow Nicole Guerrero on Instagram or TikTok?
No, but I know who that is.
Oh my God, she scrapbooks the cutest stuff for her kids.
Oh my gosh.
And she does the whole thing. Like
Yeah.
the whole page is filled with like
Yeah, with the
cutouts
tapes.
and like, oh my gosh, she's so good at it. But
Okay.
it's just so time consuming.
It
I
is.
could never. I'm artistic like that. Like I would enjoy it, but I know I'd get frustrated after 3 hours of sitting here. I'd be like, okay, just look at the picture on my iPhone. Like I'd be tired of it.
Yeah.
But I wish I had the time to be super artsy like that.
Yeah, I was like
That's so
thinking, I'm
cute.
like, we should all get together once a month and do it. Like at the end of the month, I feel like that'd be really fun, and we could all share our stuff. Like, oh, I bring my like are all my like stickers and everything. You bring your stickers and we'll just share. You know, I feel like so.
Something I really want to do with Blake. During our honeymoon, I got for Christmas a little camcorder, but it's like an old school one.
Yeah,
and I want to like record everything on our honeymoon, like where we ate, what we did.
You need to,
because one day I want my kids to see that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I wish I had pictures of when my dad proposed to my mom. They didn't take a single picture. It was just them two on the beach. But I would love to see that video of like her hair, her 90s, her 80s hair, and that whole thing. Like I wish I had more memories of my parents when they were dating and first got together. So I want to have that for my kids of like, this is our honeymoon in Italy and we went here and we ate this and we did that.
My aunt used to have a camcorder and she used to take a lot of videos of me and my cousin Jackie growing up. And there's so many videos of us with my little bangs and at birthday parties and stuff. Sometimes we look at it and then there's a video of us fighting each other because we used to fight each other all the time when we were younger. She was such a bully too. And there's a lot of videos of us. And then or she was crying and I was just like standing in the corner and looking at her cry. So it was just me, Jackie, and my cousin Jose, which now he just got out of jail.
He just got out of jail?
He just got out of jail.
What happened to him?
I don't know. He had a really tough upbringing. I feel really bad. I don't know. Like, he was just a troubled kid. He was troubled from, like, young.
Is on your mom or dad's side?
Dad's side. My dad's brother's son. Yeah. I don't know. But we grew up, he's the first one that told me what boogers were. He taught me what boogers were. He also told me that my eyebrows felt like pube hair. When I was, like, in elementary school, and I was like, pube hair, what is that? He's like, the hair on your cola. He's like, your eyebrows look like the hair on your cola. I'm like, okay, great. Don't embarrass me in front of, like, the boy I liked. He did embarrass me in front of the boy. He was one of my chambelanes for my quinceañera. He was a savage, but I loved hanging out with him.
Oh, my God, that's so
We did
funny.
sleepovers. We had such a great time growing up. Because we grew up in Georgia together, and then we moved from where they lived. But for a lot of our childhood, we would ride bikes together. And my mom, that's why I feel like I love hanging out with guys, is because I, like, grew up with him, and I was like, I always preferred hanging out with boys than I did with girls.
I did too.
Even though I wasn't a tomboy, but I just liked it. But then my parents just, like, had a hard time leaving me with boys because obviously,
right,
but
once you get to a certain age, it's like you can't just keep hanging out with boys. I used to play like two-hand touch football with all the boys in my elementary school.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I had nothing but friends that were guys growing up. That's so funny.
I know.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I know. And then I remember Daniel had a crush on me, and we would go to his parents' house and we'd play Guitar Center.
I had to do it.
We could play Guitar Hero.
Guitar Hero was so much fun.
Yeah.
I like that game.
I know. All the fun things we did. I loved riding bikes. I loved riding bikes.
I used to love riding bikes, and I used to love running, too. And that my uncle, his dad, used to be like, you need to run. You're a good runner. And he was one of the first ones who told me, I'm like, man, it would have been nice for my parents to believe in me when I was a little kid.
Aww.
Like, in sports. Like, I feel like some Mexican parents, not everyone, like, my parents didn't know much about sports. They didn't push us in sports, but I feel like I wish they would have, because I feel like I could have been good. I could have been better at something. But
yeah. That's why I'm so big on, I just put Emma in tumbling, and she loves it, because she's at that age where, like, you need to really pick one thing and really excel at it, and you can get scholarships in college.
Absolutely.
Like, I had so many friends who were, like, golf players.
Yeah.
And she was like, I hate golf, but I'm getting a full ride scholarship to UT for golf.
Yeah.
And it's just, you have to pick something and stick with it and get really good at it. That way she can get scholarships one day. So
yeah.
I hope that's a plan.
All right.
I was thinking of, too, as hobby, I always wanted to be an ice skater. It's so random.
I can see that with you.
Oh my God,
you like all that stuff.
Yes, I always wanted to be like a really good ice skater, and I'm good at ice skating and I love ice skating, but I always wanted to get to like really, like I wanted to be in like the Olympics for ice skating. I love watching.
Is there anything you're not good at?
There's a lot of things I'm not good at.
I'm like, I can't swim, you can swim. I can't ride horses, you can ride horses. I
Okay,
can't skate,
swimming is like a basic. Swimming is a basic life
necessity.
Girl.
Nah. Not a Mexican household with a name basic, okay?
I feel like Mexicans throw their kids in a pond to learn how to swim. Like, that's a thing.
No, because...
Right?
No, I feel like Mexicans are very fearful.
Water?
Of a lot of things. Les da miedo todo. Like, oh, si haces esto, te va a pasar esto. If you do this, te va a pasar esto. They, like, Mexicans, like, our families put so much fucking fear in us sometimes. I'm like, God damn it, God. Like, Mom, stop. Not everything is bad for you.
Ponte chanclas, te va a enfermar.
Te vas a enfermar,
like, oh
yeah.
God, everything.
Everything.
That's so true.
No te duermas con el pelo mojado.
Te vas a enfermar.
No salgas con el pelo mojado.
Ponte chamaca. Oh my God, that is so true.
Yeah. Okay, next question.
Okay. What's something you never realized about yourself until someone else told you?
Ooh.
I don't know. I'm pretty self-aware.
As in someone told you you're very self-aware and you're like, oh shit, I'm very self-aware. Or like you know everything
I feel like I know
yourself.
everything about myself. I think there's one funny thing that I didn't know. So when I shower, I stand like a flamingo.
Bitch, what?
Yeah, when I shower, I stand like a flamingo. So I put my foot on my knee. I stand on my right foot, and I put my left foot on my knee, and I wash my hair like that. And Chris, like,
Why?
It's like something that makes me feel good.
Okay, I get that.
Yeah, so like
I do that, but not in the shower.
I do it on the shower every time I shower. And Chris is like, I didn't notice it for like several months. He's like, you stand like that every day you shower. And I'm like,
I notice when I'm standing, like I'm paying somewhere for a long time, I cross my feet like this when I'm standing. Like I just cross my feet I don't know. But I guess now that you mentioned that, yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know.
Oh my God, growing up, there were so many things people would tell me, and I'm like, what? Like, I didn't know that. Like, growing up in elementary school, my mom, like, again, was so, like, she sheltered me so much. She, like, didn't want me to shave. She didn't want me to do my eyebrows. And I remember I remember this one little girl was like, oh my God, you have a unibrow. You look like Frida Kahlo. Do you know what that is? The fucking painter with the unibrow?
Yeah.
And then I didn't realize that until I look in the mirror and I'm like, oh my God, I do. I have so much hair because like I'm Hispanic and I do have a lot of hair. And I was so insecure about that for the longest time. And I begged my mom to let me start waxing my eyebrows and she refused for like 2 more years. And I had to walk around knowing that people look at my eyebrows and they're like, damn, she has a fat unibrow.
You know what? Now that I'm thinking, yes. One follower of mine last year pointed out that I have a cut on my chin, and I never realized I have a cut on my chin for my story post. She's like, what happened to your chin? I'm like, what happened to my chin?
What happened to your chin?
I never
noticed it.
I have like a cut somewhere here.
No, you do. I know. I'm looking at it right now, but what? You don't know?
No, I didn't know.
Yeah, that's a scar.
Yeah, from I don't know what.
Probably your childhood then.
Yeah, probably.
Ask your mom.
She ain't gonna remember if I fell.
No?
No.
You know, parents be dropping the craziest lore, like, I told my mom once, I was like, my nose bugs me the way I have this little bump on the bridge of my nose. And she goes, oh yeah, one time you were really little and I slammed the car trunk on your nose by accident.
Oh, so and that's like, where that's from.
Oh my God. Okay,
so it's your fault. You need to pay for my nose job. You need to pay for it.
Because they just dropped that shit. Like, yeah. Oh my God, okay.
Yeah, I know.
Ask her. Maybe she's going to be like, ¿te caíste?
Yeah, I don't know. I have this. I'm like, dude, I don't know.
That's so funny. Yeah. No, I never noticed it.
I never noticed it until she put it out, and I was like, wow, they be looking at everything.
God, people are crazy.
Into everything. I'm like, Jesus.
Yeah, I never noticed that. But yeah, some people just like little stuff, like, yeah, the unibrow, my hair being so curly and crazy when I was younger. Like, I used to get made fun of for that. Made fun of for my skin. Like, why are you so dark? Where did you go? Did you go to Aruba this week? I'm like, no, I just have dark tan skin. Because I went to a very predominantly Caucasian school and area, so I was like the oddball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now everybody wants to be tan like you.
Isn't that crazy? The way oh my God, boys used to make fun of my DSLs. I have big lips naturally. Mm-hmm. I get them from my grandma. My grandma has huge lips. My dad has big lips. I have really big lips. And I used to get made fun of all the time. Like, damn, you got them DSLs. But it wasn't funny to me. I was like, what is that? And they were like, you got some dick-sucking lips. And I was like 11.
You're like, that's nasty.
And I was like,
little did we know she loved doing it now.
oh my God. There's subtle foreshadowing. Why would he come? That's so bad. That's so bad.
Oh my God.
But no, I remember thinking like, oh my God, my lips are too big.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? And now all the bitches are filling them with filler.
Yeah.
It's just like crazy. The shit we used to get made fun of.
I know.
Yeah.
It really is. It really is.
Kids are ruthless.
But I think the hotter you were like when you were younger, the uglier you are now. Because a lot of the girls I went to high school that I thought were hot.
That is
I go on
so
Facebook.
true.
Oh, honey.
So true. Mm-hmm. I have one girl.
I'm not interested in going to any reunions because I'm like,
no, absolutely not. There's one girl I thought was the prettiest girl in the whole world. And she does drugs now, tatted up, like lips overfilled, Botox, the whole thing. Like it's like Bad Baby.
Yeah.
But she was the most gorgeous girl in high school. It's so crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. It was like an Amanda Bynes transformation.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And the girls I used to make fun of. Look at that snap.
Exactly.
That's snap.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Like,
all right, one more, and then we're done.
Okay. What's something you're passionate about that you never get to discuss?
that's a really good question. And I have a lot. For me, it's animal abuse and eating meat. I'm sorry. And I know it's like, I don't talk about it because who wants to hear that?
Yeah.
I totally get it. But that's my big thing I keep to myself. It's just, even today on the freeway coming up here, there was a dead dog on the side of the freeway, and I just start crying because I can't do animals and people abusing animals. There was one time I was on 99 coming back from my mom's house, and there was a person with two beautiful dogs in their pickup truck, and 3 cars ahead of me, and I was just in my head, I'm like, why would you put your dogs freely in a pickup truck and you're on the freeway? It's just like the speed limit is 75. Those dogs, he went over a bump in front of my eyes, fell out of the back of the truck, and got ran over by the 3 cars in front of me.
Oh my God.
And to this day, it's ingrained in my memory, and I was not okay for like 3 weeks. Sick. I couldn't eat. I just, oh my God. Like guts everywhere, blood everywhere. I literally witnessed 2 dogs get completely run over by 3 cars. And it infuriates me that people can't be good animal owners. And if you're not, don't get animals.
Yeah.
Don't. That's my big thing. I'm so passionate about is like, just, I can't deal with animal abuse.
What mine is right now. I can't think.
Something you're super passionate about. Is there a cause or something that, like, I know you love your good Candace Owens. Did you see someone commented? They were like,
I know.
Jazzy, watch out.
Yeah. I did see that comment. I saw it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Honestly, I'm trying to think of, like, if there's something that, like, I know there probably is something, I just can't think right now.
You know, another thing, too, for me, there's so many, I could go on and on, but, like, school and healthcare, our healthcare system here in the United States, and the way, like, college students, everyone has to deal with debt, and how in Germany it's free. Switzerland, like, all these other countries just have amazing education systems, and people study abroad there. That way they have free education, and I can't stand our healthcare and education system. It's crazy.
Our healthcare system sucks. It really does.
Beyond.
Yeah.
I saw this woman on TikTok yesterday. She's like, I had an unmedicated birth at the hospital. No one touched me. Didn't get an IV. Not a single nurse touched me. Her bill was $9,000. And she went, had her baby, and left like same day because it was a vaginal delivery. Everything was perfectly fine. She was perfectly healthy. Baby was great. She's like, you guys want to know my bill? $9,000. And no one touched me. Not a single doctor touched me.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. And it's like, if you're going to make abortion illegal, then birth should be free. That is all I have to say about that.
If you're going to make abortion illegal?
If our government and legal system is going to force women to have children from incest, rape, whatever, or a woman who's not ready to have a baby and you're going to force them to have that child, then the least you could fucking do is make birth free. That's all.
Like, it's just like a fucked up system because I feel like this is what I can go on and on about. I can go on and on about like the whole middle class, higher class, lower class stuff. Because like, let's say someone in the lower class goes and has a baby. They're not ever going to pay that medical bill.
Yeah.
But they still need to get treatment, right?
Yeah.
And then here goes someone in the middle class and they get so fucked over with insurance and without. So like, to me, that's something that really pisses me off. I feel like I can go on and on about, like, I don't talk about it, but like that situation, people that don't understand when you're fucking over the healthcare system or you're fucking over the government, other people still have to pay for it. Yeah. That's what I feel like I could talk about, but I don't talk about it because I feel like, quote unquote, not a lot of people would agree with me. But that whole situation pisses me off.
That's corporate America.
Yeah.
Did you see that Luigi Mangione got an anonymous donation for $36,000?
No.
Yes. Did you see that? So Luigi, the guy who murdered United Healthcare CEO on the streets of Manhattan, he got an anonymous donation.
Oh shit.
$36,000, and it beat one of the records in the United States. Like, someone had a $30,000 donation at some point for their case, and his was $36,000. It's just crazy.
That's crazy.
I know. Our systems are just so fucked up.
It's fucked, and you hear about like other countries, you're like, what the hell? It's crazy.
It's devastating. Everything's a business here. Everything revolves around money in the United States, and it's awful. Like, food, the way like Velveeta cheese is banned in every other country except the U.S., right? It's made of nothing but chemicals and oils. But we allow it here. Like Red 40, thank God, is now banned, which is great. But there's so many. That's just scratching the surface as to what the United States needs to move towards.
I think it's because everything healthy is so expensive here too. Like, people in other countries eat really healthy and it's not as expensive and it's organic. Here, like, for you to buy something organic is so fucking expensive.
Yeah, it's like triple the price.
It's triple the price. So people are like, there's a lot of people that can't afford it.
Yeah. And you know what's crazy? I watched this documentary about organic food. It's not even organic. Like, they still are allowed to spray it with a certain amount of pesticides up to a certain amount. Like, it still is not 100% organic. Yeah. Certain labels allow, like the FDA allows the organic label with even a certain amount of pesticides applied to that product. Like, it's not even organic. Like, we're all fucked. Yeah.
So honestly, grow your own garden.
Yeah, I do.
Your own vegetables.
Yeah, I have all my own little herbs. I have an herb box.
Yeah, because it's
getting to that point. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Terrible.
We're moving on to the Patreon now because we got a lot of fun stuff to talk about. So.
Yeah, we do.
We hope you enjoyed this little. I feel like we got like really deep with our parents and stuff. It was fun.
I know.
I like sharing that because I know a lot of girls can
fired up. I want to like run for office, you know? So I'd be like, free health care, free college. And then I just make the country go into extreme debt even more.
Even more. And then what? And then what? I don't even know. All right, guys. We'll see you guys later.
See you on the Patreon.
See you on the Patreon. Bye-bye.
I'm literally just a girl.